In this demo, I will show you how SAP Operational Process Intelligence powered by SAP HANA helps telecom industry to provide visibility and control on their processes, enabling better operational decisions. The scenario that I have chosen from telecommunication industry is new SIM request. Let us consider a fast-growing telecommunication company that serves millions of mobile users and has close to 50,000 businesses. In this company, customer can request for new connection through phone or customer service representatives or by directly visiting the outlet. So the process is that the customer requests for the connection. The request is then verified for feasibility, especially if it has any special requirements. After feasibility check is true, the customer is created in the backend system and the order is placed. Processing of that order happens in the branch office or in the headquarters. Finally, the SIM is activated and billing starts. You can imagine how difficult it would be to track orders and identify where things are going wrong when thousands of orders are placed every day from different retail outlets. Take a note of these important milestones of SIM request process. These milestones will be the key ingredients later. How? We'll come to know. Now let us understand different personas in telecommunication world that are benefited by SAP Operational Process Intelligence. First is the store manager Sandra, who would want to track all the incoming and outgoing orders to fulfill them on time and to avoid escalations. She would also want to know the problems before they occur. Another person is manager Thomas at headquarters, who is closely tracking impending and escalated orders and is responsible for changing the existing process such that the SIM is activated on time and the customers are happy. With you now knowing the details of the scenario, let us now take you to the tool. This is SAP HANA Studio that is used to model the business scenario. The first step to model the business scenario is to define the process. You can either model the process in same business scenario editor by using the palette objects, or you can use the search console to find the business process in your SAP and non-SAP system and just drag and drop onto their editor. The third step is to define phases. Phases are the logical group of activities that define important milestones in the process. For this process, we have considered these 4 phases that directly maps to the milestone I showed in the previous slides. The fourth step is to define KPIs in the procurement process. All the businesses have KPIs and end goal to meet these KPIs. Telecommunication is no such exception. For this scenario, I have considered KPIs like provisioning time, that is the time taken to activate the SIM after the order is placed, or duration of customer creation, SIM activation, and so on and so forth. Once the process is defined, phases and KPIs are created, the final step is to generate the business scenario. Once the business scenario is generated, you are provided with a nice dashboard where you can view various phases of the business scenario, analyze your KPIs, and take appropriate actions. So Thomas logs into this workspace and uses the dashboard to look into each phases, analyze the SIM requests that are overdue or at risk, to take appropriate action. He notices that there are a lot of overdue in the provisioning phase, so he drills down into the provisioning phase to get complete picture of all the overdue SIM requests stuck in activation. To get more into the matter, he chooses a particular SIM request to see the SIM request from Dahlia is waiting to be activated for 3 hours. Thomas now decides to take action to ensure that these SIM requests are activated on time, and he continues to attain the customer satisfaction. He creates a task for Sandra to seek an explanation. All the tasks that are created by Thomas will be available in his workbox. So I'll open a task that is already created by Thomas to Sandra, asking for explanation as why so many SIMs are pending in the North region. Sandra would see this task in her workbox and will reply to it. Later, Thomas may choose to reopen or confirm the task based on the comments from the Sandra. Thomas now goes back to his business scenario to look into the KPIs, to track the progress and know whether the targets are met or overshot. He can also observe the trend that will help him to optimize the process and take better decisions. So you see how Operational Process Intelligence helps various personas in telecom industry to get complete visibility into their process, to observe the trends such that they can make better decisions, and to proactively identify bottlenecks and react appropriately. Thank you.